crashes are a leading cause of death among those aged 1 through 54 in the United States. This is a quote from Seatbelts, Get the Facts, published by Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in 2016. I brought this quote up because it just proves how serious this topic really is, especially for you guys because you fall under that category and it's you guys that it's affecting the most. Out of all other things in this world, this is the leading cause of deaths, and I think just that statement alone proves that this is such a serious concept that we need to address. Because there's so many other things such as cancer, diseases, just anything that can kill you, but this is the main cause of deaths. So what I want to do is have a law that everyone needs to wear their seatbelt, no matter how old you are, where you are in the car, or what state you live in. Because as of right now, it's only certain states, and they're just specific about children, and it's not really specific about anything. So I just want every state and everyone needs to wear their seatbelt, or you can get ticketed for it. Throughout this speech, I will talk about statistics of vehicle-related crashes, the effects it takes on you and others, and how you can't trust anyone else on the road. First, I will present to you statistics to help you realize how serious this topic is. According to the website, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 53 to 59% of people who died in car accidents in 2014 were unrestrained during the car accident, which obviously means that they did not have their seatbelt on. This means that when you get in the car and you don't put your seatbelt on, if you get in a car accident, you have a less than a 50% chance of even living. So just knowing that, you should just get in the car and automatically put your seatbelt on because you want to live. And if you get in a car accident, it can save your life. Seatbelts have saved millions of lives, but it can't save your life if you don't even put your seatbelt on. And really, it's not that hard. It's just putting a strap across your chest. Just be responsible and wear your seatbelt. People aren't scared enough by the fact that they're going to die, so we need to set some laws and some rules for people that aren't responsible and don't wear their seatbelts. Maybe the fear of getting a ticket will make them wear it better than the fear of dying, because obviously that's not working. Moving on to effects of not wearing your seatbelt has. First of all, wearing your seatbelt and car accidents are seriously underestimated. It can ruin your life and others. I had a friend die when I was a freshman in high school, and she actually was wearing her seatbelt, but the crash was unfortunately too bad that she still passed away. But the point I want to make is that the devastation of the community, not just her family or like us as her friends, the whole entire community, people that didn't even know her but knew her friends and family, like everyone was just so distraught and so upset at the accident. And you don't want that to happen to you, because if you don't care, if you die, other people will care. And it just really took a toll on just everyone. And if that did happen to you and you weren't wearing her seatbelt, like if Shaylin wasn't wearing her seatbelt, then people would always just wonder if maybe she would have lived if she was wearing her seatbelt. And you don't want people to always be wondering that if that happened to you. The Basehor Linwood School community is deeply saddened by the death of Shaylin Hayes, a freshman at Basehor Linwood High School. This is just a quote from Leavenworth Times newspaper. You may be asking, why is this beneficial for me? Well, like I said, you are the ones that it's affecting, but also I got a quote from Officer Nick Pike that I talked to. He's been an officer for about 10 years, and he said, you wouldn't believe how many times a day that I drive past people that aren't wearing their seatbelts, and he talked about how especially young people aren't wearing their seatbelts. And another quote from Alexander Wagner's book, U.S. Young Ages in 15 to 24 have a motor vehicle crash death rate of about 43 per 100,000, which is more than twice the death rate for 25 and over. So you guys have more of a death rate, or twice more of a death rate than 25 and over, which is a lot if you think about it. One way to look at this concept is to look at it by smoking cigarettes. It's kind of like the same thing, but they're completely different, but they have the same outcome. Smoking cigarettes, people do it, and they still know that they could possibly die. If you don't wear your seatbelt, you know that you could possibly die. Lastly, here are some reasons why you should take such precautions to wear your seatbelt at all times. First of all, you can't trust anyone. Unfortunately, people don't care. They will go out on the road intoxicated or not paying attention. I read in the book Alcohol, Young Drivers, and Traffic Accidents, Effective Minimum Age Laws, that since some alcohol ages have been lowered, that the fatalities have increased. You are constantly in danger on the road, no matter if someone's intoxicated or sober. People don't pay attention, or they can't pay attention, or just anything can happen. So no matter if you're a good driver or not, other people out there aren't. And you can't monitor everything that's going around you, but you can wear your seatbelt and save yourself from anything that could happen. Another way to look at it is financial security. That means that you have money to save yourself in any emergency that could possibly happen. This could also go along with wearing your seatbelt. Wearing your seatbelt is like that financial security in a way that it can save yourself in any emergency, such as an accident. I provided you information about the statistics of accidents, how it affects you and others, and also how you can't trust others on the road with you. I've proven reasons why we should make wearing a seatbelt a law for everyone, and I don't know why we shouldn't make that law. There's every reason to make that law and no reason not to make it. And it's the first way to decrease the death rate that's going on right now.